Hi, welcome. We are doing the Book of the Month reading challenge. Now, I have a lot of Book of the Month books that are unread. I did a video a few months ago, I'll link it, where I went through my entire reads at that time. It's been a few months though, so I've added a few, admittedly. So as I was making that video, though, I was finding that I seem to gravitate towards certain themes. Like, I had a lot of books with houses on them for some reason. Why? I don't know. Why are there so many houses on these book covers? Good question. I also noticed that I seem to have gotten a lot of red books. So I decided, let's make this a little bit more of a challenge for me. Okay, I'm only gonna read books with red covers. The first one I got here is Five Broken Blades by Mia Corland. I did start it here today. I went over to my mom's. We had family dinner today, so we had some lasagna, and then I came home, and I've done a bit of self-care. I've done like a face mask, and then I went and took a shower with my shower steamers and body scrub, and then I went and did my normal nighttime routine, and then I put on this hydrating glow mask right now, and I have one of those fancy lip masks. Now I don't know is it Lange or Lange, or I don't really know how to say it, to be completely honest. Either way, I got it for Christmas, so that's what I've been doing. Hi, Miss Nora, are you going to come join us? Ellie also had a self-care day, even if she didn't like it. Come here. Yeah. See, I went to go see Carly today. Carly is my groomer. And Carly give it you a nice spa day. She do your ears and your nails and your teeth. And she brushes you for a long time and get rid of your furs. So yes, Ellie also had a lovely self-care day. As much as she did not like it, I like it. Because look how nice your nails and paws are now. They're so nice. Your nails is not talons no more. Ellie does not care. But we then went over to Grandma's house for family dinner. We had lasagna. And while I was there, and in between Ellie's stuff, I got 78 pages. I got through, 78. On chapter 11 now of this. I kind of went into this one blind because I know I picked this one out based off like the little summary that Book of the Month put on it in May of 2024. I'm kind of going into it blind from there. Although we've switched point of views quite a bit, and I'm liking the rapid switching of point of views. Like every chapter we're like in a different point of view, like going back and forth between characters. I'm really vibing with it, and there's like multiple stories going on, like multiple plot lines, and I'm really vibing it because yes. But we can get into a little bit of synopsis, but like the back cover here, let the best liar win. What an intriguing line. It's the season for treason. The king of Yusan must die. The 5 most dangerous liars in the land have been mysteriously summoned to work together for a single objective, to kill the god king Jun. He has it coming. Under his merciless and mortal hand, the nobles flourish while the poor and innocent are imprisoned, ruined, or sold. And now each of the 5 blades will come for him. Each has tasted bitterness, from the hired hitman seeking atonement, a lovely assassin who seeks freedom, and even the prince banished for his cruel crimes. None can resist the sweet, icy lure of vengeance. They can agree on murder, they can agree on treachery. But for those 5 killers, each versed in deception, lies, and betrayal, it's not enough to forge an alliance. To survive, they'll have to find a way to trust each other, but only one can take the crown. Let the best liar win. I'm super intrigued with this, and I know book 2, I think, is being released here. It might be already released at this point. I'm like, also the deluxe edition of this, I saw it on Amazon, is like gorgeous with the painted edges, as is book 2's. But I mean, I don't got that because Book of the Month copy here, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's easy to read, easy to follow with the multiple plot lines, and I'm honestly quite intrigued where it's going. Also, I'll just pull up this chapter here because I'm on a new chapter. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but there's like this weird like shadow on here. And at first I thought like, oh, maybe that's like a weird defect. And then I was noticing it's on every page of the starting chapter. And it's like a little, I'm guessing it's probably like a cherry blossom tree or something. But you can kind of see or maybe a bonsai tree. Kind of looks like it might be a bonsai too. But it's like the shadow of like a tree over here. So I'm quite intrigued in this one so far. It's going well, like I said. I've been in such a fantasy mood lately. Like, I decided to start keeping a journal this year where I'm tracking all of my reads. And if I can grab it here without knocking Ellie over. So work gave me this journal for Christmas this year. And I'm sure this is not the intended purpose of the journal. But this is what I'm making the journal for. But I have like a pages tracker in here. But then I also have this genre tracker where I'm tracking the genres. And then I'm just marking them off in like in January here. And you can see like I had some different genres up here. But red is all fantasy. So like boom. We in a fantasy mood. And this kind of happens every year. Like in December, January, February. I get really in a fantasy mood. And fantasy's honestly always been like one of my go-to genres. So I think this is a good first pick. It's the next day now, and I read a bit more. Also, I just didn't want to change out of the sweatshirt today. So, I'm going to do that, because I do need to take a shower, because I do have to work in the morning. Although, I have to be into work 15 minutes later than normal. I don't know why. Like, why do I have to come in at 7:45 if the first patient's at 8:30? I don't know. Instead of 7:30, like, what the fuck do you think that 15 minutes does to me? Nothing. It does nothing, really. It just gives me 15 minutes extra to read, I guess, in the morning. But, we made more progress. I've read probably about like 125 more pages. I'm on chapter 30, and guys, I've been in such a fantasy mood. I think you like, honestly, like I showed, like been in such a fantasy mood. But I got to the end of chapter, is this 21? Yes, the end of chapter 21, and I wanted to scream, because like we're in multiple point of views. Like at this point, we've had like 4 or 5 different point of views, and like each person is like telling a lie about something else. And this one, oh my god. I don't want to like spoil it for anyone, but like I sense some romance subplot wanting to come on here, okay? And then I got to the end of chapter 28, and I was like, oh shit. Now the plots are starting to merge. It's like, oh shit, man. And I read one more chapter to get a little bit further along. That one didn't end on so much of a cliffhanger, you know? Because the way chapter 28 ended, I was like, oh my god, who is it? But they're just merging. And I'll kind of say this because it kind of is a spoiler if I say it, so I can't say it. I want to make this spoiler free for you guys. So it's fine. Everything's fine. But we're on chapter 30. I'm kind of mad that I have to, like, get ready to go to work soon. I mean, like, I'm kind of mad that I have to like take a shower here soon so that I can like get stuff ready for work. And I'm gonna be coming home on my lunch break tomorrow to throw stuff in the crock pot, so I'm not really gonna have time to read on my lunch break per se. So I'm kind of irritated about that, but it's gonna be worth it because then I'm gonna be able to like just read when I get home, because like dinner is gonna be done. Also, I guess I might vacuum my lunch break. Depends on how much time I have on it tomorrow, because it's really gonna depend. But this is getting so good. I'm gonna try to read a little bit more before bed yet, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it so much. I probably have like, if I take a quick shower, I have like an hour that I could read yet tonight. I just finished 5 Broken Blades. I wanted to finish it last night, but I was like so tired on my sprints. Like I was like gonna fall asleep in the last 3 minutes of mine. So like, you know, I had 50 pages left. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to like read this without falling asleep. I was just so tired. But a lot has happened since I last updated you, and I'm trying to keep it as spoiler free as I can. But I did post because Vanessa was sprinting for Book of the Month challenge last night, and I did post a quote there that made me roll my eyes so hard. So one of the characters, Royo, was like, I don't like Aerie, but I don't want to be like not around her. It was like, boy, he's like been doing this all book. He's like, I don't like her though, but like I just need to be near her, but I don't like her or anything. But men, I'm telling you that like all the men characters are just like super stubborn in this book and bullheaded. You're like, why don't you just admit that you like the girl? Okay, like let's just be honest with this, okay? But like they're not. But so much has happened. I was like, my God, so much has happened beyond the men being bullheaded. Like it really just ramps up in this last little section here, you know? Like so much was happening, so much action was happening. I'm trying to keep it as vague as possible, but like the one quote, I can't even quote it without like being a spoiler really, but I was like, boy. But like everyone betrays each other, you know, as it says, let the best liar win. Like everyone like is pitted against each other in the end, and I'm like, what is true and what is not? Like who did it, you know? But it ended like I loved the ending of this book. It was so good. I was settling on a 4 for most of the book though, but like with that ending, I'm just feeling like 4.5. Not quite a 5, but this was really good, and I kind of want to go get the sequel now, but I feel like I need to see if Book of the Month has it so that my copies match, you know, because they do that kind of thing. But like, my gosh, I love this. I'm in such a fantasy mood. This was like perfect. I was like, oh, taken back. I was all the little betrayals in it. I was taken back. Who betrayed who, you know? But since we're done with that one, the next one I'm going to be picking up, you know, sticking with the red theme here, is A Talent for Murder by Peter Swanson. This one was June of 24's pick, so the one right after I got that one, apparently. And, oh, they changed the bookmarks. Hold that plot. Here, I'll read the synopsis for this one. A newlywed librarian begins to suspect the man she married is a murderer in the spectacularly twisty and deviously clever novel by best-selling author Peter Swanson. Martha Ratliff conceded long ago that she'd likely spend her life alone. She was fine with it, happy with her solo existence, stimulated by her work as a librarian in Maine. But when she met Alan, a charming and sweet-natured salesman whose job took him on the road for half the year, when he asked her to marry him, she said yes, even though he still felt like a bit of a stranger. A year in, and the marriage was good, except for the strange blood streak on the back of one of his shirts he'd worn to a conference in Denver. Her curiosity turning to suspicion, Martha investigates the cities Alan visited over the past year and uncovers a disturbing pattern. 5 unsolved cases of murdered women. Is she married to a serial killer, or could it merely be a coincidence? Unsure what to think, Martha contacts an old friend from graduate school for advice. Lily Kittner wants help Martha out of a jam with an abusive boyfriend and may have some insight. Intrigued, Lily offers to meet Alan to find out what kind of man he really is, but what Lily uncovers is more perplexing and wicked than they ever could have expected. So, again, I also like mystery, like murder mystery type stuff, so also up my alley. But like, sorry, Ellie. As I was looking at these books, I was like, man, look at the size of those. Like, this is so tiny compared to this one. This one was almost 500, was like 470 something, I think. And this one, if I can find where it ends exactly, is 255. So quite a bit smaller. And if this is as good as I'm expecting it to be, I should maybe be able to power through this entire thing today. I am planning on bringing this one to work with me today, so we'll see how far I get. I feel like this lighting is weird, but we're gonna roll with it because I don't want to turn on any of the lights. It's Thursday night. It's actually quite late. It's almost 11 p.m. I meant to read A Talent for Murder in like a day, and then I was like, it stretches into like Wednesday, and yeah, fine. I went to finish it like last night, Wednesday night, and I don't know what happened, but like I was fine at work like all day Wednesday, and then I got home and it was like 7:30, like 8, and I was like, I'm exhausted, and I felt like I got hit by a truck, and I just wanted to sleep. And then I was like, you know what? I was gonna move from the couch to my bed to read. And yeah, I totally fell asleep like 2 pages in, so I did not end up finishing the book. And then I ended up waking up at like 5 this morning and was like up for like 15 minutes. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just read then since I'm up. And then no, I fell back asleep for like an hour, and then my alarm went off for work, and I was like, well, so I did end up finishing it tonight. It is a very short one, but I think I'm gonna settle on 3.5 for this. There were definitely intriguing parts in it, but I didn't really like the ending of it. And I think that's my biggest drawback, is that I didn't like the ending. I kind of wish there was more talk about the murders, because like the whole thing, like the beginning is that like this wife believes that her husband is a serial killer, and I kind of wish they went more into those like crimes that she thinks her husband committed. It's like mentioned here and there, but like there's not a ton of detail, and I know it's a short book, but I don't know, I feel like we could have added a few pages to like kind of go over that a little bit more. So I don't know. I also, the characters just weren't entirely likable. And then the one character we like start following, because there's like different points of views, I don't think it's very clear when we're switching point of views in this book either. Like a lot of books, it's clear when we're switching point of views, but this one is not. And sometimes I'd be in the middle of a chapter before I realized that like, oh, we're not in Martha's head anymore, we're in Lily's. It was a little bit easier once one of them, I'm not gonna say which one, but one of them passes, and then I can tell, because then it's like going back and forth between a woman and a man's point of view, and I could tell that one a little bit easier. But between the two women, they seem like their like internal monologue was pretty much the same. So I feel like there was just like not a clear distinction when we were switching point of views, and I think that also hampered my enjoyment a little bit. Overall, I think the overall plot was there. I just don't know if I necessarily like how it was completely executed. And like I said, I didn't really like most of the characters. I don't know. It was just like a weird feeling for me personally. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one 3.5 stars. It's still not a bad read by any means, but I just don't really think this one was necessarily for me in a sense. And then I have my next one here. It's another chunky one. I don't think I'm gonna finish this one before tomorrow night at midnight, like at 11:59. I don't think I'm gonna finish it before then. But this is a highly anticipated one for me, because I've only read one other Ali Jimenez book, and it was Part of Your World. And I know this is technically book 2 in that series. I don't know if you necessarily need to read the first one yet. That'll probably become clear as I read this one. But I have read it, and I picked this one because of how much I like that other one. And it was the 2023 Book of the Year, which is another reason I picked it, because it was Book of the Year. And I hadn't gotten it when it was Book of the Month, like the month pick. But it's a bit of a chunky one, like I said, but I really did enjoy the other one. So I think I will enjoy this one as well. And I'll just read the synopsis for you guys here. Dr. Brianna Ort's life is seriously flatlining. Her divorce is just about finalized. Her brother's running out of time to find a kidney donor. And that promotion she wants, oh, that's probably going to the new man doctor who's already registering 80-7 on Brianna's pain in my ass scale. I need a scale like that, guys. But just when all systems are set to hate, Dr. Jacobs Maddox completely flips the game by sending Brianna a letter. And it's a really good letter, like the kind that proves that Jacob isn't actually Satan. Worse, he might be this fantastically funny and superbly likable guy who's terrible at first impressions. Because suddenly he and Bree are exchanging letters, sharing lunch dates in her sob closet, and discussing the merits of freakishly tiny horses. But when Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother, she wonders just how she can resist the quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't refuse. I haven't read, I have read a romance already this month, but I haven't read, like, one with my eyes in a bit, and I don't know, sometimes I just feel like there's a difference between audiobook romances and romances I read with my eyes. I don't know why. Sometimes I just get more enjoyment out of it, and it kind of flips back and forth between which one I enjoy more, but I don't know, I feel like I'm just going to enjoy this one more with my eyeballs, so I'm excited to get into this one. I'm reading my book, but Shelby is being Shelby down here and wants pets. So I'm reading Yours Truly. It's by Abby Jimenez. I'm on chapter 2, guys. And first of all, adult Chuck E. Cheese. I love that description. Second of all, this is kind of spoilery, I'm not gonna lie, but it's in chapter 2, guys. It's like pretty early in the book. His ex dumped him. He started going out with his brother. Oh my god. I cannot imagine dating any of my sister's exes, or even like my best friend's exes. They'd be so messed up. And oh my god, I could not imagine if they did that to me. Like, I would fight them. Like, I would be like, what is wrong with you? I can't imagine it. Like, do people really do that? I mean, I know the answer is yes, but like, how do you do that? 3, his parents and his sibling, mainly his sisters, all getting on the phone and ganging up on him. That's like shit I did to my brother. I'm like, well, just shit I did to my brother. But 2, like, I am so hard at enjoying this book. I was like, I love this point of view switch. Just like his exasperation, like Jesus fucking Christ, my family. He doesn't say that, but like that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm like loving it. I'm loving it so much right now. It's been a hot minute since I updated. For the Book of the Month challenge, I read 148 pages. You know, yay for me. There we go. However, I still am in the middle of my 3rd book I was reading, and I am gonna finish it because I just feel like we need to round off the vlog, you know, with all the books, like all my thoughts. Anyways, I have finally picked this back up after a week or so because I took a little bit of a break from my Book of the Month books here, and I read some stuff for Get a Clue because, you know, we gotta keep up to date with the rooms. But I am still reading Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, and this is my 2nd Abby book, and I'm loving it. Like, she quickly becoming a favorite author of mine. Like, I kind of want to buy all of her books now because I'm like so thoroughly enjoying it, and like they're funny and it's making me laugh, but also I am a sucker for the fake dating trope, and that's what we got in this book. We got some fake dating, and I love these characters so much, and I think Jacob is so relatable. And also it's talking about kidney transplants, and one of the thoughts that came up in my head during it is that I think it's a very admirable thing to donate your kidney. My godfather donated his kidney. He actually went to get tested for one of his cousins, and he wasn't a match for his cousin. However, when they tested him, they were like, hey, there's another guy in the community. He is around your age. He has 3 young children, and he desperately needs a kidney. Would you consider donating your kidney to him instead? And my uncle, being the amazing man that he is, did agree, and he did donate his kidney to this man he did not know at all, and you know, he really changed this man's life, and it's really touching to think about. And they're friends now. Like, my uncle and my aunt see this guy and his wife and their kids, and his kids are younger. They're all in elementary school yet, but like, it's such an amazing thing my uncle did, and I really admire my uncle for that. And it's kind of like those feelings I had when my uncle was doing that, it's kind of coming back reading what Jacob's gonna do for Benny, and it's made me a little bit emotional. But I'm really enjoying this read so far. I had started the third book, yours truly, that I was reading for it. And obviously the rest of the pages aren't going to count my total here, you know. But honestly, I'm quite lazy and don't even want to figure out the total because, like I said, I'm lazy at this point. But this third book I was reading, Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, I just read over half of it here tonight because it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And it really does just, like, pick up. And I really needed, like, I didn't know how much I was missing, like, a good, like, rom-com. I mean, there's, like, funny moments in it, but I really did enjoy it. And the fake dating trope is one of my favorites. So, like, I was bound to like this. But we are now 2 for 2 for Abby Jimenez's books that own me absolutely loving them. So I think I need to read more by Abby and Jacob in this. I don't know how you can tell me that he's not, like, a perfect man in here. Because, like, come on. Just read the book and see. Like, he could easily be top contender. This is honestly a top contender for best books of 2025, and we're only in February, and, like, this one definitely deserved book of the year 2023 because, like I said, amazing. I loved it. It does read quick. Also, I don't know how you don't like a book that has a dog in it. Like, Lieutenant Dan, he's amazing. He also helps carry the story. He's a very important supporting character in the series. So I think we just need to accept that. But this actually brings me, I was thinking about this while Ellie was taking her sweet old time outside, and I was thinking about my thoughts on this book after I finished reading it. And I'm actually doing really good on the book of the month, like, yearly challenge. I've never been able to complete it. Like, I have so many books, and I read, like, maybe 5 a year out of all the books I get, and that's why I have a huge stockpile. But, like, it's already February, and I'm already up to 3. And all 3 of those ones actually counted for the challenge. Because I still have quite a few that won't count for the challenge this year because of how far back my backlog goes. But, like, we're actually making really good progress. And I had a really fun time doing this challenge. Even, you know, if I'm getting my 3rd book finished during that time, it was still just fine. And I'm really looking forward to the next round. But before that, we are going to be doing another round of me reading my book of the month backlog with Ellie picking my reads, and it's probably going to be a little bit interesting. And lastly, just a big thank you to Vanessa from Reads with Dr. B and Bree from The Booktrovert for the amazing challenge that we did, and I really am looking forward to the next round.